The Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, couldn't retweet his psycho pastor's report on CNN about women just being breeding vessels and about doing away with the 19th Amendment. He couldn't retweet it fast enough. And I thought, something's wrong with this guy. Of course, Pete Hegseth, but the pastor. And so I started digging around. And just to confirm, I want y'all to see this. This is what he has said since Pete Hegseth gave him props. Play the clip.
Just repost it like, oh, here's an interesting thing that these weird people are doing. He reposted it, and he himself said, all of Christ for all of life, which is the tagline that we use. So he was, in effect, reposting it and saying amen at some level.
Okay. He's saying that he is the co-founder of this church, and he has just confirmed that Pete Hegseth is all in with him. That is the church's tagline. He is a member of this church. He has gone on the permanent record as being a member of this church. Well, this church covers up for pedophiles. This church is knee deep into sexual abuse allegations against children. And the Secretary of Defense is all chips in on this. Yet, Pumps, he has the audacity to say, I have the temperament and I have the intellect to say that women shouldn't serve in combat. So let's just review the talking points here, Pumps. In 2005, a member of the church named Stephen Sittler, and this church is Christ Church, he pleaded guilty to felony child sex abuse charges, a bunch of them, a bunch of victims. In 2006, Christ Church receives criticism for slow disclosure to the church members regarding Sittler. Later in 2006, Doug Wilson, that's the guy that was just talking about Pete giving, saying amen to Christ Church. In 2006, that guy, Doug Wilson, found Sittler, the confessed pedophile that pleaded guilty to felony child sex abuse charges. He found him to be repentant, and he accepts him back into the church again. And Wilson, the pastor of this church, writes a letter to the judge vouching for this pedophile. And so in 2007, Sittler, the pedophile, is released from prison, and Wilson refers to him as a, quote, forgiven sinner, and Wilson offers pastoral oversight to monitor this pedophile. 2011, Stephen Sittler, the pedophile, gets married, and Doug Wilson officiates the wedding, and the pedophile and the wife have a baby. In 2015, Sittler sexually abuses his infant son and confesses to it. And then later, after this abuse to the infant son and his confession of abusing the infant son, Doug Wilson, the pastor of the Secretary of Defense of the United States of America, published an open letter saying that Sittler was welcome in the church. And so that is what is going on with this church. It is every single road with these MAGA people always seems to lead to sexual abuse, pedophilia, covering up for pedophiles, and sexual depravity. I've never seen anything like it. MAGA is an anti-family party. It is an anti-child party, and it is a group of men that are sexually depraved that want to cover up for each other, even the sexual abuse of an infant.